What's up everyone, Tim here, aka FCFan21, bringing you week 7 already of the MMDL. Last week we had a narrow 1-0 victory over Venice, not really sure how you pronounce it, sorry. We're giving us a 4-2 record and a +2 differential, boosting us all the way up into a playoff spot, but a bad result can throw me down all the way to 9th or 8th? No, it's 9th position. So a win here is this week would be very welcome. But we play against the top player of the competition. Weasley currently being 5-1 with a +18 differential. Yeah. They have a very strong team. They have a very annoying team. I already noticed it during prep. But during prep I was able to use a few new Pokemon because I made some last second adjustments to the team. First of all, we traded away, or we dropped basically our Reuniclus because I felt it was not pulling its weight, and we got Stakataka in its place, giving it Earth Ether and Analytic, because Analytic gives you a 30% power boost if you attack last, and Earth Ether taking away its 4 times weakness to ground, which is very nice. Taking away Earth Ether from my Pheasantipede and giving it Regenerator instead. We also traded off our Meganium, even though we barely had it. Yeah, I was able to get something better, so decided to trade it away for Galarian Rapidash, giving it Pixelate and Armartil. Pixelate giving all their normal type boosts a 20% boost, while also making them step fairy type, and Armartil is great basically to block priority moves into this, mainly the Bullet Punch of course. And lastly we traded off Alolan Sandslash to pick up Cutiefly with Sturdy and Cheek Pouch. Basically always gonna use Sturdy I guess, but still Cheek Pouch could be useful in certain matchups. So, with all that out of the way, let's have a look at Weasley's team. Like I said, a very annoying team. For example, Glooby, the Hisuian Goodra, Regenerator and Grassy Surge, already being very tanky of course with that Dragon's Fair Steel typing. Giving it Regenerator is just evil in my opinion, but hey, other coaches had to deal with it and so do I, so yeah. Still kinda evil, but very great pickup from Weasley of course. Talonflame with Magic Guard and Desolate Land, basically the same as my Pyroar, giving it an immunity to Stealth Rocks with Magic Guard, and Desolate Land boosting their fire type moves even further. Unaware and Fluffy Florges, making Florges more tanky on the physical side with Fluffy, or just ignoring setup, which is great. Prankster or Protean Celebi. Yeah, this thing already has a lot of status moves that it can use Prankster for, and Protean taking away its 4 times weakness to Bug is always very nice. A Turbo Blast or Aerolate Donphan. Aerolate helping it with the weakness it otherwise would have into Grass type Pokemon. And Turbo Blaze, just like my Mold Breaker on Crocodile, ignoring things like Earth Ether and Levitate. Well-Baked Body and Sword of Ruin Scolipede, giving it an immunity to fire type moves is always nice in this format, and Sword of Ruin boosting its attack stat even further by lowering defenses by 25% is also very nice. This regular Zoroark with Beads of Ruin and Psychic Surge, so no illusion for it. Beads of Ruin lowering Spadef from every Pokemon on the field by 25% is great for a special attacker like Zoroark, and Psychic Surge giving it an immunity to all the priority moves is also very nice. Beware with Guts and Wind Rider. Guts boosting the attack stat by 50% if Beware is getting a status, and Wind Rider is giving it an immunity to wind type moves, not flying type, wind. That's something good to understand. Driftblim with Delta Stream and Pixelate. Delta Stream taking away its flying type weaknesses, which are most of its weaknesses, and Pixelate giving it a boost in all the fairy type or in normal type moves by making them fairy and boosting them 20%. Octavich with Primordial Sea and Steam Engine. Primordial Sea boost, giving it a strong water type boost on top of the already strong Vicious Rant, and Steam Engine in combination with Vicious Rant is incredibly nasty. And last but not least, Electivire with at least Refrigerate, but I think I got Regenerator wrong. Oh well, I don't see this thing coming, so like I said, from the team, the things I think are coming, normally I put a little circle around them, but this week I clearly forgot. Hisui and Gudra is definitely coming because it's his skill leader and basically his best mon. Donphan is definitely coming because that's a very strong hitter. Talonflame is definitely coming because I know Talonflame can do a lot of damage into my team, and it's also very strong. Besides those three that I'm really certain about, I think the Arctofish is coming because water is offensive water is pretty good into me. I can see Celebi coming because it's very annoying. Same goes for the Florges, very bulky. I can see Beware coming. I can see Scolipede coming and Drifblim coming. I don't see Zoroark or Electivire coming because they just don't match up all that well into me, honestly. So with first up we bring Stakataka, aka Walking Turret, bringing a very slow variant. This Pokemon is slow enough to underspeed every other Pokemon that my opponent can bring at -1 even. So high horsepower Rock Slide Heat Crash with Trick Room is the set. High horsepower over Earthquake because of the grassy terrain the Hisui and Gudra can set up. And Analytic for if I have to hit Pokemon outside of Trick Room, with the Expert Belt to make sure I hit even a little bit harder. We bring Simpa the Pyroar. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Very fast set with Timid, Magic Guard, Trailblaze to boost that attack stat, the speed stat, so it can outspeed basically every other Pokemon. Fire Blast, Hyper Voice, Dark Pulse with the Life Orb to boost damage without taking any damage because of Magic Guard, which is nice. We bring Corsola Galarian form in a more interesting set this week with Curse, Whirlpool, Strength Sap, Stealth Rocks, with enough defense investment to be able to take a knockoff from the Donphan, and with Curse and Whirlpool up, basically chipping down the Donphan that way while keeping myself healthy with Strength Sap. Inteleon, aka James Pond, with Naive Nature this week, and Protean. This way with the Life Orb, U-turn is always an Oko on the Celebi unless it has a Tanga Berry, but I still outspeed it and with U-turn get out of there. Surf, Ice Beam, Vacuum Wave mainly there for Pokemon like the Octofish. And still, priority Vacuum Wave is always nice. Cutiefly, aka you there, because it's so tiny. Sturdy with Sticky Webs to get to make the Pokemon of my opponent slower, which is nice for Inteleon and Pyroar, Safeguard, Trick and Toxic as the final 3 moves. Because of Sturdy I always live a single hit, and with the Custard Berry I can either trick away an item from an opponent, or Toxic something that I want to get Toxic, or keep other Pokemon on my side of the field safe from status conditions with Safeguard. And last but not least we bring Tatsugiri. Machiavelli is very speedy with enough speed to outspeed his Talonflame after a Rapid Spin, Surf, Dragon Pulse and Whirlpool. Whirlpool there to block in the Goodra. Sorry, kind of a brain fog. And by trapping in Goodra I can lower down with Dragon Pulse without being able... and hopefully being able to whittle it down enough so it can't bother the rest of the team. So these are the 6 Pokemon that I'm going to bring. Let me know down below what you think of the team. Is it going to be any good this week, or am I getting my ass handed to me by Weasley? Either way, let me know down below what you think, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the battle. Bye!